Yeah, so today in our coaching, we are going to be diving into the inner child wound, but specifically, we're going to be diving into connection with the inner child. So I invite everyone to, like I said, sit up straight, take a deep breath in, close your eyes down, because we're going to go on a little journey inwards. So let's all take a deep breath in and start to just slow everything down. Because the thing about the inner child is children need to feel safe in order to really share and be vulnerable. So let's begin to breathe safety in. I want you to imagine a whiteboard in front of you. Whatever color it appears to you, just imagine the word safety in front of you. And on every inhale, just breathe that safety into your body. And let go of any anxiety, worry, or stress on the exhale. Breathing that safety in, allowing the inner child to feel it, allowing your nervous system to relax down, because relaxation is closely linked with safety. Another deep breath into safety. Because when we can allow our bodies to feel safe, we can allow more spaciousness. When we relax down deeply, when we relax our shoulders, when we relax our throats, when we begin to relax our chest cavity, our bellies, noticing what happens when you relax is your breathing deepens. Those spaces inside of you begin to expand. And when those spaces are expanding, there's more space for all of you. Because what happens is trauma happens, pain happens, fear, fight or flight happens, and it tells our body to tense up, to constrict. And if we don't have the tools like our breath and loving community and space to bring us back to safety, then we stay constricted and parts of us can't be expressed. So let's take one more deep breath into safety. Allowing our bodies and our minds equally to relax down deeply. Making space for our inner child to come out and to play. So what I'd love for you to do is just in this moment, start to scan your body from head to toe. And your inner child can be found in any sensation in your body. But what I've experienced is normally the throat, the heart space, the chest, the diaphragm, and the belly, really like that center line, that center column of the body is usually where we feel those constrictions the most. Maybe it's your shoulders or neck. Just begin to notice where you feel tension, where it might be tough for you to relax deeply now. And just notice the texture, notice the sensations in those spaces. Because those sensations are often our inner child trying to get our attention. When we feel deep sadness and grief in our chests and heart space, it's usually our inner child feeling curled up in a ball in a corner somewhere, feeling abandoned, rejected, unloved, unseen, unheard. So what you begin to do is, now that you're tuning into those spaces, let's allow our unconscious minds to project when those things occurred. So just tuning into the approximate age by imagining in front of you. Some people see it, some people feel it, some people just get a sense. But your inner child, approximately how old is this inner child in this moment? There are many different versions of us. But just now in this moment, calming the mind down, calming the breath down, tuning into that age. And everyone's going to be a little bit different. It might be your teenage years. It might be your, early preteens. It might even be like when you're a child, like a baby. But just taking this sacred moment, treating it as a sacred moment of connection. To tune in with your inner child, seeing them, feeling them. And if they're smaller than you, if they're younger than you, I want you to literally get down on one knee, This might bring up emotions, and that's okay. Let's get down on one knee in your unconscious mind and just take a moment to connect eye to eye with this inner child. And if it's a really young child or a baby, I want you to hold them close, looking at them like a mother or father would look at their loving child. Noticing anything that comes up, because you're all safe. Remember, so taking a deep breath in, allowing that expansion to happen. Because when we tune into our inner child, what children really needed, and this is true across the board, they needed a grounded, stable adult to help them regulate their nervous system, because their nervous system wasn't fully developed yet. When a kid throws a temper tantrum, it's not because they want to throw a temper tantrum, it's because they don't know anything else. Babies don't even know what to do with their heads and their arms and their feet until they learn. So our nervous system sometimes gets overwhelmed. And the most healing thing that we could have possibly experienced is if there was an adult sitting there looking at us or holding us, giving us a hug, and just taking deep breaths with us. So let's breathe all the way in, nice and slow, and slowly out, calming, relaxing, deep, smooth breaths. Again, 3 or 4 more times, breathing all the way in, nice and slow. And as you regulate your own nervous system and you show yourself that you are now a fully developed nervous system, your inner child begins to relax, begins to feel safe with you. And when a child feels safe, oh my gosh, the joy, the expansion, the love that emanates from their hearts. And I know that may even bring things up. I can feel the collective group starting to feel and purge some of those fears, some of those doubts, some of those beliefs of like, maybe I don't deserve to be loved. Tuning into that and just looking at your inner child, or maybe you're already hugging them, regulating your nervous system. And through that process, also regulating their nervous system, allowing them to express, to feel whatever they need to express and feel. And we're doing this for a very special purpose. What we're doing right now is, as you're starting to open your heart up like a lotus flower, I want you to send out an energetic cord to your inner child. Nice and slow, at their pace, not pushing, not making them do anything they're not ready for, because boundaries may have been a thing that were crossed when you were a child. When they're ready, I want you to imagine their heart space, feeling that safety, feeling that love, feeling that connection beginning to open, feeling their hearts be like, oh, I can finally trust someone. I can finally trust you. I've been asking for so long, been waiting for so long. And feeling them send out that energetic cord as those cords begin to meet in the middle, connecting you both at the heart space. And now that there's a love connection, a heart connection, a safety connection, we're going to ask a few questions. Let's take a deep breath in, really solidifying that connection. And the first thing I'd love to ask your inner child, if they're open to it, to have you ask them, is what did you need that you never received from mom or dad? What did you need that you never received from mom or dad that would have made all the difference? That would have made you feel loved, would have made you feel seen, heard, validated, understood. And just allow yourself to open up to any messages, any words, any gestures, any images. A lot of times it's really simple. Like, I just needed a hug. I just needed you to hear me. I just needed you to say, I'm proud of you, or I love you. I'm not going anywhere. Tune into your specific need at this specific age. And when you receive it, taking a deep belly breath in. And the second question is, now that you know what they need, can you give that to them right now? Can you become your own medicine? If they need a hug, can you give yourself a hug right now? Seeing them curled up in your arms, allowing them to just cry, just to let go of all the pain. If they needed to hear something specifically, everyone's on mute. Feel free to just start talking, start speaking, sharing your heart, what they needed to hear. Or maybe in your mind, sharing what they needed to hear, giving that medicine now. Maybe they wanted something really fun like markers. One of my clients one time said she wanted pool noodles to go play in the pool, but her parents said no. And that was like a trauma. So just allow whatever you're feeling in this moment to be okay. Remembering that you're the adult now. It's your job now to regulate both the nervous systems. It's your job now to be that grounded mountain, that immovable mountain. Even if the child yells or screams or runs away, you're there. You're that safe space. And when you can give yourself that medicine, it makes all the difference because you begin to trust yourself again in this world. And when you trust yourself, you begin to trust other people. And when you trust other people, you begin to trust the universe itself. So taking one more deep belly breath in. So now we know what we were needing. And we were able to give ourselves some of that medicine in this moment. And the last thing that I want you guys to do is ask your inner child. Very simply. What is one thing that I can do for you today that would make you feel loved? As I was journaling yesterday, what came up for me is my inner child wanted to go to the movies when he was younger, but mom didn't have the money to do that. So in my mind, in my journal, I said, you know what? Here's $100. Go take your friends to the movies. Go buy them Skittles, popcorn, whatever you need. This is your time. And then later that day, I was like, I'm going to get myself a massage. But I was afraid to spend $100 on myself. Isn't that interesting? I was able to give it to my inner child, but not me now. So taking a deep breath in, tuning into what your inner child wants to do today, not what you need to get done, not the responsible thing, just one small act. That if you do this, your inner child will know, oh, wow, you're here for me. You do care. You do love me. Just taking a deep breath into that, opening up to messages. Opening up. That's right. Allowing all the emotions to flow. So good. Because you're the safe one now. The one that your inner child can come to whenever they need. For whatever they need. That open heart channel. So taking just a few more deep belly breaths in. Feeling your inner child, looking at them right in the eyes. Just giving them your presence, your love, your attention, your time, your energy. All the things that they wish that their parents gave them more of. You now giving the medicine and also deeply receiving the medicine. And after your next deep breath, I want you to imagine giving them a big hug, the biggest hug they've ever received, feeling the love in every cell in your body. And I want you to imagine this inner child never has to be Never has to feel like they're alone ever again. I want you to imagine hugging them so tight that they begin to merge with you. And then you begin to breathe them into every cell, every muscle, every fiber of your being. And as you reclaim this energy, reclaim this lost part of you, breathing it into your heart space, I want you to set up the most perfect room, most relaxing, safe space that they can imagine, with a nice warm bed, a night light, maybe even like an essential oil diffuser, whatever they want. And I want you to tuck them in like a burrito. You know how you like to be tucked in, right? All around the sides so they feel nice, safe, and held and warm. And I want you to put them to bed knowing that they always have a space in your heart now. They always have that space inside your heart because you opened up to safety. You created a safe space inside yourself. So let's create a little bit more space. Let's breathe all the way in, make sure they're comfortable. And out. Taking just a few final moments here. Maybe rubbing their back. Maybe placing a hand on their head. Maybe singing them a song that they really want to hear. Or reading them a bedtime story. Whatever your inner child wants, they get now. That's right. Allowing all the emotions. Feel the love starting to pour into your system. Recognizing that you are the receiver and the giver. You are the source of this love that is pouring from you into you. And you can always access this love at any moment, at any time. Taking in one more deep breath in. And slowly out. Allowing this scene to fade into your heart space. Whenever you're ready, coming back into the moment, whenever you're fully integrated, you feel nice and calm and safe and connected. Now we're just going to open up the space. I'm feeling called for some shares, just to share our experiences. And then maybe if we need, we can dive a little bit deeper into that experience. Man, I don't feel a dry eye in the house. Beautiful, and we're right on time. So everyone, just a couple more deep breaths in whenever ready. Just allowing everyone to come back at their own rate and speed. I invite everyone who's on the call, if you can, if you're open, if you're willing, just to turn on your camera, come on camera when you're ready.